Hello everyone. I do hope everyone is well this evening. It was a beautiful day today, and what I'd like to do is just spend a little bit of time with Microsoft Excel. It's really important to know how to use Microsoft Excel for a lot of things, okay? And I don't know if you have it in any other classes. Normally in the brick and mortar classrooms, I tend to go over it. So I'm going to try to go over some stuff now. First of all, the most important spot is right here. See f of x? There are a lot of built-in functions there, right? They're built in, they're inside. If I click on f of x, as you saw I just did, well, I had to do it twice, but anyway, you can see most recently used, and if I click that, look, financial, date and time, math. And there's always a help function that goes, a help file that goes along with these: text, logical, information, cube. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff here. And most important for us, of course, is the financial. And then, of course, when you go into that, you get a whole bunch of stuff. Look at them all. Tons of functions. Impossible to learn them all. But anyway, if you want one in particular, you go up here. Let's say you wanted like rate, the rate function. Remember I talked about that in another video? Let's talk about the rate function. Well, if I go here, let me see if I can get rid of this stuff first so I don't get in trouble. Right? Let me get rid of this. Hold on. All right. So if I type rate, just rate, R-A-T-E, and I say go, there it is. You see, and you bring that up. So I would click on that. And then I would say, okay. And it just comes up with these boxes. And again, you don't have to know the yield to maturity equation or any other types of equation. All you should know how to do is put numbers in a box here. And you got to make sure that it all matches in the time period. Let's say you're doing monthly payments. If the payments are monthly, you got to make sure the periods are monthly. So 5 years would be what? 60 months. You'd put a 60 up here, right? All right, and then of course, basically that's one of the most important things. And of course, here's the future value, and this is how much you would pay for like a bond, right, or something, the present value. All right, and then this, of course, would give you the monthly rate. Okay, so if everything was monthly here, and you calculated this, and you got the monthly rate, then you'd have to multiply it by 12, right, to get the annual rate. And they talk about that right here. So if it's quarterly, right? It would be what, 1.25, right? And if it's a 6% APR, annual percentage rate. All right. So and as I click on each box, I get a little blurb here, right? I get a little blurb, right? And that tells you. But there's also this help function which goes into much further detail. All right. So now so there's a bunch of functions, and probably every equation in your book there's a function for in Excel. And you just got to like fool around with it. All right, now there's another thing I want to talk about, and that's what's very important is this line up here. And so let me just show you something. Say I'm going to do a real simple problem. A 2 there and a 4 there, right? Now, I can go up here and say, and you always start an equation with equals, like that, right? You can put an equal or some other stuff if you like. Now, you could put equals 2 plus 4, but that you don't want to do that. What you want to do is watch. You want to cell base it. Equal E1 plus F1, right? Whoops, hold on. No, hold on. All right, it's over here, but that's okay. And watch what happens now. See, I would put a 6 there. So if I cell base it the way I just showed you, now if I change this to a 3, this right here to a 3, this will automatically change to a 7. So watch what happens when I make this a 3. So you see that, and how this became a 7? So cell basing is very important. And of course, you can write real complicated equations. Okay, and do that. And of course, there's graphs. You can see all the stuff in here, right? You'll never be able to learn everything in Excel. It's actually pretty powerful. But this is a nice simple way to get started to write equations. Just always make sure you start with an equal, and then you got to make sure you have parentheses correctly. If you don't have the correct number of parentheses, will go crazy. All right, now the next thing is, let me go over here. So if I write 6.2458, okay. All right. So I just wrote that, right? Now there's a thing called formatting cells. So watch what happens. I go down to here. Everybody see that? Format cells. Okay. I click on that. And this is just a general thing. See, it says general, and that just takes the number. But now, what you can do is go to number. Now, look what it says, number of decimal places. Now, watch what I'm going to go to 0. And watch what it does to that number on top. You ready? Watch. See, it's just made it a 6, right? You see that? No decimal places. So let me go back. Now I'm going to make the number of decimal places big, all right? And I'm going to say, okay. Now you see all the decimal places? So that's sometimes when your numbers get rounded off because you don't have enough decimal places. So, you got to know to do that, all right? And the other thing is you can format what kind of number it is, right? If it's currency or date and time or percentage. So you can fool around with these things, right? And the formatting is important. Of course, you can do it font and make the different colors, and okay, you could do all that stuff, all right? But it's important to know, all right? So these are probably the most important things to just get started with, okay? But remember up here, this is your equation line, and always start it with an equal, all right? I think you could do it with a plus too, but the most safest thing to do is do an equal. Now, the other thing I want to mention to you, and I brought these up already, is YouTube. Look what YouTube has here. YouTube has, whoops, what happened to the functions I was looking at? Oh, I typed Excel. So let me just click on, okay. Now, I wrote Excel up here. Everyone see that? So YouTube, look what's in YouTube. Look at these videos. Beginner's Guide to Excel, Intermediate Excel, Calculating Sample Covariance and Correlation, Calculating Covariance and Correlation, Covariance, Correlation in Excel. But look at all the Excel functions in YouTube, and I suggest you go to them. And some of them are only 10 minutes long. Some are real long, but look at this one: 10 minutes, 6 minutes. So you have your choice here. Look, Advanced Excel for 13 minutes. All right, this one's 2 hours. Right, advanced. So you should use these, and don't be afraid to go into YouTube. All right, and look at these functions. All right, so I just wanted to mention that if you have any questions about Excel, just get a hold of me. All right, if there's any other problems you have with, okay. Alrighty.